What's up guys, this is Rise and welcome to another video. The Retro Cup is here and today we are featuring Yokoyama's battles. Apologies my man if I pronounced it wrong, but he was nice enough to send me Hyper Beam Lickitung battles, and you guys are going to see a fairly strong meta team in action here. Triple tanky Pokemon. You got Medicham, you've got DD, and you've got Lickitung. All three of these Pokemon are quite tanky. I know the three of them are not the most accessible. Oh my god, that Leaf Storm hurt from the Roserade. They're not the most accessible, but I think it's still fun to see some Pokemon. Like, I don't have a Medicham or a Lickitung built, but I have a DD, and I think it's going to be fun to see potentially some Hyper Beams landed. This is a perfect situation for the Lickitung to farm down and potentially land a Hyper Beam on the next Pokemon. Oh my goodness. Now, it's a little bit tough running Power Whip and Hyper Beam and no Body Slam, because without oh, that stings. Probably could have survived the Surf. I would have shielded too. Without Body Slam, sometimes you really need Body Slam. Oh my god, he's just going for it. He's just going for the Hyper Beam. Hashtag get beamed. Bye bye Roserade. Oh my goodness. That did so much damage. And then a Power Whip coming through. Oh my. Takes out a huge chunk on the Electrode. In comes Medicham. And honestly, even like a Hyper Beam from this Electrode would not KO the Medicham. Foul Play comes through. If you're the Electrode, I believe Discharge is more energy efficient because it gets stabbed. So Electrode should be going for Discharge. I know some people might see that like Psychic typing and they're like, oh, Dark, super effective. No, it's part fighting as well. But one of hopefully many beams to come in this video. Yokoyama. Sounds Japanese. Deoxys versus Hypno. Not a great matchup for DD, but not a terrible matchup either. Also, if you are running DD, I think this is the correct moveset for this meta, because there's a ton of Frostlass, there's a ton of Marowak, Altaria, so I think you really want Rock Slide in this meta. And then Psycho Boost is just a really good move to have, because you can get it off really quickly and then switch out to clear the debuff. Going straight for it. Going straight for the beam. No one's expecting it. Boom! Lands the Hyper Beam. 2 games, 2 Hyper Beams. Oh my gosh. We got to keep track of how many Hyper Beams get landed this video. Oh, Hypno gets a little greedy with the farm down. Gonna have to eat a Power Whip here. Gets a shield. I like this aggressive play. Get off this damage. Could be a Shadow Ball. Could also be a bait. This Hypno has so much energy. Probably just another punch here. Oh, Shadow Ball. Wow, that was a ton of energy. Really nice aggressive swap there. But fortunately for him, he's got a Medicham. So even though these Pokemon are dealing super effective damage to each other, the Medicham should be good, because Counter is just a really good fast move. It's arguably the best fast move in the game. It deals quite a bit of damage. It's one of the most damage per second fast moves, or damage per second. Yeah, DPS. And then it, in addition to being great DPS, it also has pretty solid energy gain as well. So doesn't bother using his shield. Always flex a shield when you can, and gets a nice win there. Going into the next one. Also has the shiny Mediflex. I've been experimenting with some new teams myself. I actually broke, believe it or not, 3,500 ELO for the first time. I got to 3,501. Video coming soon with the Beaver himself, Mr. Barbero. Deoxys versus Graveler, good matchup. Really quick swap. It looked like he just saw the Psychic typing, but no matter what it is, whether it's DD, Hypno, Mew, you're pretty much gonna want to switch into Lickitung. Gonna go for the Power Whip here. I like this play. Doubles up on Power Whip. You don't want to reveal the beam just yet. They get a punch off, but that's fine. You take this easy. Thunder Punch. Probably can get to a beam here. Hopefully. Because I want to see a beam land. But you wouldn't beam a Graveler. Darn. But Power Whip might get a shield. Gets a shield. Nice. Big farm down. Now you'd want to come in with Medicham here because you'd resist the Stone Edge. In comes Frostlass. So Frostlass a little tricky for this team. Lickitung has a pretty good matchup against Frostlass because it's going to deal super effective damage. And it's very tanky, so it can probably survive 2 avalanches. He's pretty much just sacrificing his defense Deoxys here. He knows it was able to take the Shadow Ball. And Medicham just has a really dominant matchup here against the Graveler. Gets to another Psycho Boost. DD is such a beast. It's so tanky. And the opponent kind of realizes that this game is over anyway, so they just take the boost and they surrender. G to the G. Yeah, very tanky, very strong team. If you guys do have the resources to build this team, I would say go for it. I think it's a super strong team in this meta. If you don't have Lickitung, for example, maybe go with Snorlax as a cheap alternative. If you don't have Medicham, could try like, I don't know, Primeape. It's not the same thing, but Primeape is pretty good in this meta. Aggressive swap into Lickitung. Lickitung can take anything coming from across, so they're not going to hurt too bad. Even a Rock Slide. Going... Okay. Another move coming in. I'd still let it go. Okay, he's going to shield. Go for the Power Whip. This would probably be enough to KO from this range. It hits for neutral because of that Rock Bug typing. Boom. Takes it out. In comes an opposing Lickitung. Get to the beam. Ah, dang. It's so tempting to shield. Oh, he's going to shield. He wants the beam. We want the beam too. I would beam and then switch. Boom. There's the beam. Okay, I guess he forces the Lickitung to throw energy anyway, so. The Lick Mirror. Look at those tongues. Man, that Lickitung has a lot of energy. He's going to chip away. Aggressive swap into Medi. In comes Drifloon. Yikes. Does he win this game? This seems like a pretty tough situation. Yeah, Ice Punch does less than half. Ooh, was that a little bit of lag there? Shadow Ball is almost going to KO. It does KO. And yeah, this is game over. Drifloon still has a shield. Play out your win con. Win con is they don't shield this Rock Slide, but of course they do. And Drifloon. Drifloon definitely is a little bit of a problem for this team if you can't line it up with the Lickitung. So potentially could have aggressive swapped into something else after the Hyper Beam. And then he probably would alert out the Drifloon. And then Lickitung might have been able to take out the Drifloon. And then he still would have had a Pokemon left for the opposing Lickitung. That could have been a way to win that game. All right, Venu. Maybe you Psycho Boost and dip. Or just play it out. That works too. CMP. Yeah, just let it go. This is kind of smart too, because they might not shield because he built up quite a bit. They do shield. Nice shield by the opponent. Switch into Licky. I'm surprised they didn't switch into Medicham here. Maybe he saw Ice and he just like assumed Frostlass because there's so many Frostlass in this meta. Oh, he's going for the beam. Because why not? Even though Power Whip's super effective. Boom! There's the beam! And licks down. I guess beam might do more raw damage than Power Whip. And it's a good thing that he actually came in with the Lickitung. Because now he has his Medicham still to take care of this Machamp. And he's in a very strong position. Still has 2 shields. Might as well just use your shields here against the Venusaur. Take out the Venusaur. And then take out the Machamp. Unless the Machamp has payback. Don't have to worry about any of the Machamp's moves. But I would presume no one's really running payback in the Great League especially. Like, how often could a Machamp even reach a payback in the Great League? Like, if it's in a matchup where it's going to use a payback against, like, a Psychic type, like, is it really going to even reach a payback? Probably not. Probably not most of the time. Maybe against, like, a Cresselia, I could get there. Another win in the books for Yokoyama. Trainer David, the next opponent. What's up, Trainer Dave? How are you? Deoxys into Frost. So this is kind of tough, but I guess you just stay in. Maybe you just chip away. This is an Avalanche. What? How did that happen? Rock Slide, 45 energy, 7 for counters. It should be 8 Powder Snows for the Shadow Ball and only 7 for the Rock Slide. So I'm not sure how that was possible. The Frostlass must have gotten like a free Powder Snow head start or something. Yeah, lots of lag this game, so I don't think I'm tripping. I think I'm right there. Lands the beam. Another beam in the books. I've lost count. I literally consciously was like, guys, I got to remember how many beams are landed. I've already lost count. I think it's like 4 at least. Not going to shield this Icy Wind that's likely coming through. No point in baiting here. Just go straight Psychic. Oh, yeah, you do want to get it off, though, before you get debuffed again. I guess maybe he'll clear his debuff here. Yeah, really nice counting. The counts for Dugong are 5, 4, 5. 5, 4, 5, 4. Now you can just counter down. Go straight Psychic. Really smart, actually. Really smart the way he played this, because he knew he needed... Oh, sneaks in a counter. So the Frostlass, I think, should have just committed to the Powder Snows. I think allowing him to sneak in that counter might cost the opponent, because it looks like 1 Powder Snow might have done it from that range against the Medi. So that's a situation where I think the opponent, you got to just realize you're not going to get to 2 moves. You just got to commit to fast moves. So no point in throwing that Avalanche. Franklin Design, the next opponent. What you got for Ryoto? Okay, very neutral matchup. If I was him, I would probably like Psycho Boost and dip here, to be honest, because I think your back 2 matchups are better. But it looks like he's just going to play out this matchup, which makes sense as well. Yeah, I think he's just going to sack the DD. Plus, if you Psycho Boost, you get Lick Down. It might put it into Lick Down range. That'd be amazing. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think that is Lick Down range. Plus, at worst, you only get hit with a Body Slam. Yeah, like this isn't going to do very much, so not a big deal. Gives him a head start on energy to potentially land a beam here. Will something get beamed? It's a Hypno. He's going for it. He is going for it. Probably not going to shield a punch. Come on, opponent. Why would you shield a Body Slam? That's a terrible shield, opponent. Boom, another beam. Get beamed. Lickitung is just beaming everything. Hold up, I'm beaming. Like Quadeca. You guys know that song? Hold up, I'm beaming. Man, that would be amazing if I could play Quadeca's Beamin' as like background music for this video. but that'd be copyright for sure. Yeah, just go straight Ice Punch. To be honest, the opponent still has 2 shields. These counters are going to chip away. This is actually a little sketch box, though. This is a little sketch box. I'm not sure if he's going to win this, because the opponent just needs to double up on avalanches, basically. But an avalanche wouldn't KO from here. Shadow Ball, okay. Going for the lick down. Going for the lick down. Ugh, just barely doesn't get there. Was that a winnable game? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how winnable that was. Because, like, if you switch into your own Licky in the lead, they could just stay in, and then your matchups in the back are pretty terrible. Maybe you aggressive swap Medicham to lure out the Frost, and then you lick down, and then you're in a better position. That could have been a play. But yeah, very close game, nonetheless. And landed a beam, so who really won? Like, your opponent technically won the match, but you landed a beam, so you kind of won. Straight for the Rock Slide. You get here 1 turn before the Sky Attack. Boom. Oh, he tried to switch, it looked like. Or maybe that was a lot of little lagginess, but it's all good. Lag happens in GBL, unfortunately. Another Rock Slide coming through. Gets a shield, nice. Can get to a Psycho Boost if the opponent doesn't throw. Amazing. That is incredible. DD, either going to get both shields or a shield and switch. Gets both shields. And now you just lick down and you beam something. You lick down. You take 2 Sky Attacks. Who cares? Lickitung can handle it. Look at him just dancing. Bobbing his head. He's like, get at me, Altaria. That tickled. You puffy Sky Dragon. Okay, he's going to shield 1. He's like, all right, Altaria, you know what? I don't want to get you to let me get low. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Why not? It's like Chris move. Why not? Let it fly. Hyper Beam. Gonna one-shot a Shadow Machamp. Oh, my goodness. That is amazing. In comes a Charm Raichu. And Charm Raichu is the worst charmer in the game. I know from experience. I tried it once in a tournament, and it's so bad. It loses in the 0 shield to a fighter, to Medicham. Imagine you're a charmer, and you lose to a fighter in the 0 shield even. Unbelievable. Oh, that was a fun game. I shielded just so he could Hyper Beam the Machamp. Oh, unbelievable. All right, pretty good matchup for DD. Well, actually, it's a pretty even matchup, to be honest, because in order to hit this Medicham for neutral damage, you're going to have to debuff yourself. So I'm honestly not sure how you would want to play this out. Yeah, I guess throw the Rock Slide for some chip damage. So he's going to plan on staying in here. Okay, opponent switches. I like this play a lot. To Psycho Boost and then dip. This will help you, help you secure this matchup here. Probably won't bother shielding this because Lickitung's so tanky. It is an outrage, but like, is he still able to lick down? He wasn't sure if he was going to be able to lick down, so just to make sure that he wins, that he keeps switch, he's going to throw the Power Whip. Based off the damage, it would have been really close. It looked like he might have been able to lick down. Maybe you Psycho Boost and dip here. Ice Punch, tickles. Yeah, I think he's going to Psycho Boost and dip. And we'll see if the opponent has any answer for the Medi. Oh, he's going to stay. Okay. Force the Medi to throw its energy, then switch. It's a Pelipper, oh boy. I think that's game. Because these wing attacks are going to do more than the counter damage. And Pelipper is also going to slightly outpace Medicham to Ice Punches. I can't believe the Pelipper didn't shield. That's kind of dangerous. Yeah, there's not really a win con here though. Because this Pelipper is going to get to another Weather Ball after this Weather Ball. Still has both of its shields. It's getting quite low. The opponent likes to live on the edge. I think they overfarmed too. I think they were just trolling by letting their... oh my god, they went for Hurricane, yeah. Yeah, they overfarmed by a lot. Wow, savage opponent. I guess it's Niantic's way of karma, Ryoto. For all the hyper beams that have been landed. Niantic's like, alright, now it's time to BM you back. Another opponent rocking the Gucci shirt. Okay, pretty neutral matchup. I would think DD probably has the better matchup here, just because the counter damage you see does more than the lick damage. Snorlax will slightly outpace, but DD will get to the Psycho Boost here the same time Snorlax gets to its second Body Slam. Do you shield? Yeah, I think the shield here makes sense. CMP, you're either going to take Switch or you'll get both shields. You take Switch, nice. In comes Altaria, do you get there? Get to the Psycho Boost with just a few HP, that's super nice. Some really nice chip damage here. Oh, and gets the shield. I think we know what's coming. I think we know what's coming. The opponent must not have been counting. They were worried it's a Rock Slide, but even a Rock Slide wouldn't have done that much. Oh, okay. This is perfect. This is perfect because honestly, you just don't bother shielding. Stomp! Oh my! A Stomp Lickitung. Guys, if you don't have Legacy Body Slam, run this guy's moveset. Run Power Whip Hyper Beam. But don't run Stomp. Stomp is a really bad move. Oh, he's purposely letting it go. He's purposely letting it go so he can Hyper Beam again. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The opponent's probably like, oh my god, maybe I still have a chance. He messed up. Nope. Get beamed. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love the plays. So many Hyper Beams have been landed. And then he told me in this submission that he also has 3 bonus battles that are featuring Altaria on the team instead of Medicham, just flipping it around a little bit. The opponent has an error message as their IGN. Very funny. Bad lead. Let's see how he gets out of this. Goes into Lickitung. He's met by a Munchlax. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And this Hyper Beam could potentially flip this matchup if it lands. Because who would shield their Munchlax here? Like nobody. No one would shield in this matchup like until maybe they potentially needed to take Switch. Lands the beam. It's just it's becoming routine at this point. Just so many beams have been landed. Munchlax is very tanky though. Gonna go for the Power Whip. Gonna take either shield advantage or switch advantage here. Gets a shield, very nice. Munchlax is not gonna be able to lick down. I think you just let it go, yeah. Let it go. Counter down with DD. Take a Body Slam. Then you switch. Oh, it looks like he changed to Thunderbolt as well. This will do some nice damage, like almost half health to Mew. More like 40% or so. A lot of Mews are running Dragon Claw, and you also have to be, yeah, Ice Beam. Some are running Ice Beam in this meta with a lot of Altarias. So really nice shield there. That shield probably made the difference in this game. Very high IQ shield. Gonna go for Sky Attack. I believe Sky Attack's more energy efficient than Dragon Pulse by quite a bit. I could be wrong about that. I'm not positive on that. Probably shield this, farm down, Sky Attack Force the Mew to throw energy. And then DD can close. Oh, okay. Banks the Sky Attack. Pretty dangerous. Pretty dangerous play, to be honest. Because the Mew, I believe, would win CMP. So the Mew, if it was able to double up. But he was aware that he could just go double Psycho Boost. But like, let's say this is a Surf and then an Ice Beam. Rock Slide doesn't have the Ice Beam. That was dangerous. That was dangeroso. Peligroso. Is that Spanish for dangerous? Peligroso. Wins the first bonus battle with Altaria. We got another beam. So many beams. I wonder if this trainer has the world record in GBL for most beams landed. Angeaz. Deoxys versus Machamp. Good lead. His whole team's good against Machamp, so that's pretty nice. Or I shouldn't say that. He's got 2 good answers for Machamp, not his whole team. The Frostlass comes out, which is actually really good. If I was him, I'd be like super happy to see this Frostlass because your Altaria is avoiding this thing, and now Switch like doesn't even matter that much. Like, so if I was him, I honestly wouldn't even bother shielding this Avalanche. I wouldn't even have shielded this because you just counter down with DD and you see what's in back and you still have the shield. Because, yeah, now Machamp gets farm, and this is going to be... yeah, that's bad. But you know DD can tank all this energy. Unless it's a payback. That'd be scary. Goes straight for the Psycho Boost. Then we'll probably aggressively swap. Oh, they didn't shield. Oh, my. Oh, no. Double ice. Going for the Sky Attack. Yeah, this is bad. Is this still winnable, though? They threw their energy. That's really good. But, man, Abomasnow's so tanky. It's definitely going to get to 2 Weather Balls here. I think you have to call this. Yeah, nice call. Unbelievable. Still able to win with just probably 1 HP on that DD. What a finish. What an incredible finish. I think, though, if you just let... well, it would have depended... It would have depended on what the opponent came in with. If you let the Lickitung go, and they came in with their Machamp against your DD, I think you would have... Oh, that would have been tough, actually. Would have been tough. I think he still would have won, though. I think it actually would have been safer, because he would have still had 2 shields, and the DD, he could have just 2-shielded DD to victory. Interesting. The opponent swaps in a Medicham to greet the Altaria. Not a very good matchup for Medicham, but obviously this Medicham probably has Ice Punch. Otherwise, they wouldn't switch in, but Ice Punch a pretty weak move. Non-stab doesn't do that much damage. Well, does a lot, but not that much considering it's double super effective. Doesn't quite get the Dragon Breath down, so he is going to shield to retain switch advantage. Oh, it's a Power Punch. That stinks. That stinks. But, like, might as well shield. We'll just pretend it was an Ice Punch. Aggressive swap, because he doesn't want to get licked down. Do you shield? Yeah, I kind of like this shield. Because Lickitung, without Body Slam, would have had a hard time taking out that Lax. In comes AWAC. This is really nice to get off some chip damage here. And as long as this AWAC doesn't have Fire Blast, which most Fire Spin AWACs are not going to have Fire Blast, he should be in pretty good shape. Are we going to get to see a beam? I really hope we get to see a beam to close out this video with like a very low AWAC. Like the AWAC will barely have any health by the time it even gets to the beam. That would be so amazing. These bone clubs Just doing absolutely nothing. He's going for it. I see him tapping away. I see you, Roto, tapping away. Trying to hyper beam the ghost. He's gonna get there. Oh no! Opponent. The opponent. They knew it. They could see it. They could see they were gonna get beamed. Potentially. And they did not want that to happen. But wow. Thank you so much for those battles, dude. Those were very entertaining. Once again, I know these Pokemon, specifically DD, Lickitung, and XL Medicham, are not the most accessible, but they're like relatively accessible. DD hasn't been in raids for a long time, so for any newer players, they probably don't have one. But Medicham and Lickitung, they're accessible if you've like done the events and stuff, if you're trading with people for distance trades and XL candy. Personally, I don't even have an XL Lickitung or an XL Medicham built, but I am working on it and hope to have one built for each in the future. So all that said, thank you guys for watching. One more shout out to my man for submitting me those battles. Those were super entertaining. And yeah, more Retro Cup action and videos coming soon. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.